I just want to let people know, especially the younger generation, that we don't want to kill anything unless we absolutely need to consume that meat. And in this culture that we live in today, we have plenty of food out there. It's when you get to a point to where you don't have food, it's when you need to go out and kill an animal for its meat that you need to help your family and your friends. I got into hunting because we needed food. We were very poor down on the Red River, and Mama would send me out with shotgun or 22, and I had to bring back some meat. So I'd hunt rabbits and squirrels, just quail, pigeons, just about anything that was edible. I just wanted to make sure my family was getting food. As I got older, I got to hunting deer and hogs and wild hogs and things of that nature, and that provided a lot of food for my family. If you want to get antlers and if you want to get all of those emblems of animals, wait till they shed them. The deer, the elk, they all shed their antlers, and you can go out and find some of the best ones you've ever seen. Actually, the ones that were never killed, they just died naturally. And sometimes you find the ones that the hunters shot and they couldn't track them down, that's always got to me also, that if you shoot something, you got to continue to hunt for it until you find it, because it's going to die one way or the other. When I was up in the mountains of Colorado and even in Texas, we would have these folks come in from different parts of the country, and they would, pay to go on a big hunt. But one thing I've always noticed, that when they were there, that I would point out a beautiful, big-bodied deer or elk, and they wasn't interested in that aspect of the hunt. They were only interested in how big the antlers were, how big the horns were. They had no concept of thinking about the meat they were going to be able to consume. No, it was about how big the antlers. And I'd point out an elk or a deer to them, and they say, "No, I'm not going to kill that one because his horns ain't big enough." Even though his body was better than any other big elk that they had seen or big deer they had seen. Another thing about when you kill something, you're the one that has to go out and prepare that meat. Somebody else don't need to do it for you. The only problem I had is they always wanted me to do it. They didn't want to do it. They just wanted to kill it, and that was it. But you have to experience and go through of cutting up that meat and taking off that skin and cutting all the things that you're not going to consume off of it. When you do bring an animal down for food, you use every aspect of that animal and the resources that animal gives you. Even the skin, the meat, there's sinew in there that can be used to sewing with. The skins, again, will keep you warm. You can take the antlers and use them for many things, putting handles on your knives and making instruments and tools to use when you're out. All the things inside of them, the liver, the hearts, there's so many aspects of the animal that people leave behind and never use. Even the brains of the deer or the elk, they're used for tanning hides. I don't want to kill anything anymore in my life unless it's necessary for food. And again, if you kill it, you eat it. If you're killing just to kill something, you got a major problem. Our tusks, bleached white from the sun, are sold across the land in great heaps. And we do mourn and know the meaning of death when our brother and sister sleep. The skull of my ancestors is adorned with paint and placed on some wall. Great antlers and horns of my cousins are reminders of the slaughter that hang from the hunter's hall. My sisters are used for clothing to help mankind appear more attractive. If only the attired could have seen the beauty they gave them when they were alive and active. My friend's flesh is now rotten and will not be consumed by the humans with guns. They just want his horns or skin, and to them it's just for sport and fun. We cry and feel pain. We want to live out our lives for as long as we can. But there are so few of us left now that we're hunted and slaughtered by our enemy, man. Let us live together as God intended, for we have no desire of greed. Mankind must help us from our destruction, for it is his compassion that we creatures need. You do not feel the absence or miss us now, for the world cannot truly understand when we creatures are all gone. Everything on earth will cease to stand.